Well, hey, babies, it's your old Grandpa Coyote coming back to you once again here, bringing you the peace and the love from Crestone, Colorado, 'cause babies, you deserve it. You've lived one heck of a life. You've gone everywhere, done everything that you could possibly handle in this life. You've tested yourself to the maximum, pushed it to the limit, and beyond. You've stretched yourself as far as you've ever been stretched in a lifetime. Emotionally, in spirit, in heart, physically, yeah. It's been a wild one, but a beautiful one. For some of you, kind of tame, but very, very trying. For most of us, pretty wild this time around. It's been a real existence. Because we've come here in this lifetime of now, right now here, 2014, what is this? March 17, happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. And happy birthday, Mama, up there in the paradise. That's her birthday, too. She would have been 114 today had she lived that long. Amazing how it all stretches out, isn't it? Yes, it is. But here we are, living the most divine of lives, and don't even know it most of the time. Most of the time we're just way behind, babies, you know? I just want you to know, I just want you to feel this great love the universe has for you. I just want you to open up right now and receive this great love this universe has for you. So we get this flow going between us here on this video. Yeah, isn't it neat? Energy moves and people get in the grooves. So here we are. We're joining heart to heart so that we can communicate in that heartfelt way. So my words only help lubricate the energies that are coming into you now, that are bringing forward that peaceful feeling. This is what I share every night on the Coyote Medicine Show. In one form or another, we're always coming back together with the peaceful heart inside of ourselves. We're always bringing it back together because that's who and what we are. And now that we're fully engaged here in the heart, let's explore that little rascal a little bit and see what's there. Yes, you've engaged yourself in a rascally, wild life. Yes, you've needed to explore many of the depths and heights, the parameters of this existing world, looking constantly since you were a tiny child for ways that you could positively change it. You know, especially the capitalistic way, which has been so offensive to so many of us, or even put it into terms of this, governmental ways, which are very fueled by capitalism. Greed seems to be the primary motivating factor here in this world, and being born into such a cold place, yet with so many warm hearts around. It's an amazing dichotomy, and we've adjusted into it, we've learned to live with it, and now, finally, after all of this trying lifetime, we're moving into that place where we can bring it to fruition, where the flower of life will truthfully blossom here across the face of the earth, because you as a person got some peace about your past, because you can look at it and say to yourself, you know, that wasn't so bad. It could have been a hell of a lot worse, and look how much we, this earth and I, have gained because of it. Babies, you just want to practice being in that heartfelt place, in that heartfelt way, and life will start to make some sense to you. A lot more than it does already. You'll start to see the higher aspects and angles of why you are where you are and of what you're really up to. This is the most relieving thing you can run into, is what are you really up to in this life? Then you can let go of all of these ideas of guilt, shames, traumas, victimization, whatever, or victimizing, as the case may be. Victimizers aren't any happier than the victims. They're just shedding the misery, you know, into some other being, some other innocent being usually. It's a sad thing. But we're here to change on that. What is it that we're doing here? Why are we in this life? And as you go inside and you look, you begin to see you're here to share the wealth of your love, the very sap from the tree of life that flows through you, energetically is available to others too. So at the very minimum here, by living through the life that you have, you can compliment yourself because you've brought light and love to people who only knew darkness, who only knew pain, who only knew suffering, and thought that was the way. So even though you've been violated by these very not so nice people, at the same time, you have touched them deeply. The energy of your presence is inescapable. Anyone who would move into that presence in any way, even if it's violated, doesn't come away clean. They come away changed and changing. The other aspect of that is you've taken into your heart all of this experience, that it might be purified within you. In other words, you come to the higher levels of understanding with it, and because of that, these behaviors are then released from the entirety of humanity, and they are not repeated again. You've taken it all. You've sensed out the nastiest, those that had the worst, and you've drawn them to you, and you've taken from them that energy. But also there's an exchange. In that exchange, you've given them the simple, pure innocence of love that they've never known. They thought themselves completely absent and therefore hateful of it. Completely absent from it and therefore hateful of it. That's the cruel boogers. Now we're going to do the same thing. We are doing the same thing on a larger scale with the governments and the industries of this world that have risen up and have been so callous in their treatment of the people, even though they're owned and operated by people. So in that same right, we're touching the hearts of those who seem so dynamically opposed to life, so insatiably hungry that they will stop at nothing to get what they perceive as something that will fulfill them. And they've got money enough and power enough, they think, to do it. Well, money and power are taking a back seat to love now. Love is in the driver's seat. Money and power is soon going to be in the trunk and then out on the road, because we're not taking it with us where we're going now. We're leaving that behind. For the moment, it's in the trunk. So we're letting it carry along with us in the darkness. We got to keep it dark back there. Otherwise, it'll figure out that its day is over and it'll start to panic. So we put it in the trunk. You know, we got a nice little mattress back there and a little soft silk sheets and everything. You know what I mean. We treat it right. But we're going to these places now where we can honestly let go of all of that, where the very beings that practice that, the government officials, the dark ones behind them, the puppet makers, the king makers, the queen makers, all of these beings are fallen from power now. Inside of themselves, they've already given it up. They may not know it yet, but they feel the panic. They feel the depression. They feel like their whole life is a waste of time, energy and effort, all of it. This is their subconscious speaking consciously now. They've become harshly self-critical, where before they could do anything with impunity. They were so numb inside. In other words, by being loving within yourself and sharing this love with others, you've actually allowed openings in others that were impossible to reach. And we got through their guardians and everything, and we've got into their heart. Because they are human too. They may be constructed differently than you, they may look differently than you, and act completely different than you. They're human beings the same as you. They have feelings, even though they've been trained to stuff them away. They live with the results of these feelings. And now, because you're becoming more conscious inside and allowing your subconscious to become conscious and dealing with it in a very loving way, because you're able to do that, well then these people are too. You created that opening. If one person, I say it all the time, if one person steps through to the ascendant heights, everybody is there with them. Because that one person collected all the energy of humanity and brought it through the gate with them. Because each person is the entirety of humanity and the entirety of the universe in a larger sense. So as we transform this day, as we move in this way of love, as we allow the heart feeling to grow inside and permeate our person and permeate our entire body and soul presence all about us, we've released most of the negativity from this earth. And we'll finish with the rest of it inside of ourselves as we go through this process together here on YouTube, together at night on the Coyote Medicine Show, only on the Hazy Radio Network, the network with a heart. Babies, you gotta be there. But I'm the Midnight Man. You know, midnight to 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You'll find me there rocking and rolling, strumming and strolling, and sharing a whole lot of helpful insights and some really beautiful energies with you in the middle of the night, helping you take flight. Just like we do right here in the day, you know, on the video. And it won't be long, I don't reckon, before it'll be video on the Coyote Medicine Show. I know that's in the works, and I'm waiting for that. That'll be a lot of fun if we can get that one rocking. Babies. And then you get to hang out with the old man live and in person. Can't be beat, huh? In other words, it's going to be a lot of fun. It already is. So if you're there in the middle of the night sometime, can't sleep, come on over. HeyZRadio.com. H-E-Y, letter Z, R-A-D-I-O.com. And that'll get you there. Click the link on that page for chat, to listen and chat, and there you go, baby. You're over there, and you're with us. And you can chat with me in the chat room in between songs and stuff, you know. I do pop in there. We have some pretty good little parties there at night, besides what we do on the air. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And that's why my YouTubes have been a little bit lax lately, because I've been like, so much focus on that radio and a lot of work going into it, getting it set up and done and gathering the music I need and so forth, you know, and the people and the energies. And, you know, I just been an incredibly busy critter, you know, but also at the same time, just taking it one step at a time. So don't think I'm being neglectful of you. You've always got me in your heart. And if you need the medicine of Grandpa Coyote, you can reach inside of yourself any moment in time and say, Grandpa, I need a little assistance here. I don't understand this. I don't understand that. This needs to change. That needs to change. And the energy will come to you. Won't necessarily be me, but it'll come through me. And there'll be an angel there, or whatever it is that you need to help you get through and get on with it. Because we're at this critical time. We're at this place where the full moon is just passing. It's the most significant full moon we've had since we began this season, this journey last year as winter approached. You know, that's when we started all these changes, man, that are coming into place now. But this, so out of the last 6 moons, full moons, this has been the most significant, and many of you have felt it. For many of you, it was difficult to get through because spirit energies are radiating, energies bouncing off the moon, coming to the earth just like the sun does. So you've been getting hit day and night with incredibly awakening energies. Ascended powers, I would call them. But they're powers of love. That's what they are. They're essence of love. And they're being rebroadcast here again and again and again to awaken these hearts here that have been sleeping for so long. That's how we know the ascendancy is assured, because we see that happen. I call that the blue-green wave, and it is. When you first encounter it, it's blue-green, may have a little gold glitter in it and so forth, but it's primarily blue-green. It's the energy of healing. It's the energy of bringing yourself back together, all of your scattered parts and pieces. So when you feel that, and you know it radiates off the moon as well as the sun and the stars and the sky itself, you know, there's been efforts on materialistic people to try and block out this effect. It doesn't work. You can't block out spirit energy. We're made of spirit, babies. We are love. When you realize that, you'll quit spreading stuff in the sky. And now Oki's getting all excited. He's been sitting here on my little lap, and he's been quiet. Now he thinks there's somebody approaching. Okie, say everybody hi. Tell everybody hi. Yeah, say hi, folks. This is Okie. Okie from Muskogee, who's on guard duty right now because he thinks somebody walked past the road down there, don't you? There, he's calming down now. He's quite the guy. Gotta have your companions in this life. This is how we reassociate ourselves more closely with the earth energies as we're going on into this process of ascendant love, allowing that to open and be. Our animals become essential vessels to us, mediums, if you will, that hold the love and light and the energy of earth with you as your constant companions, or nearly constant companions, and you develop deeper intuitive knowing with the animal and so forth, and you begin to understand the animal kingdom because of the domestic animals you have in your life. That's part of the changes that are ongoing. So don't be surprised if you're out feeding your cows one day and an old heifer raises up and says, "Sam, could you add just a little more barley pulp to that mix?" Because they might just do that, You never know what they might do, But they are with us 100% and then some. They have been forever. This is why you've been allowed to be so abusive to them in so many ways, and they just keep coming back for more. They're the reflection of your real love. They're there at times. They have taken that abuse just so you wouldn't have to live with it anymore. And yeah, it killed them, but it kept you going. See, they're sacrificial lambs, all of them, in their own way, in their own right. They don't have to be. And sometimes they refuse to be, but for the most part they have helped you along in that way, all of us, in this way. But now, it's so significantly changed that you can bond with any animal that's in the vibration that will bond with you, that's in a familiar vibration, and begin to communicate with the earth and stars through that medium of that animal, who's far simpler than you are, far less complicated in its psychosis, and therefore innocent and pure and able to connect and communicate with any energy anywhere in this universe. Same as you are. So they're here just opening the gate for you once again. Here we are, little doggy gatekeepers, little kitty gate gatekeepers, little goat gatekeepers, whatever it is that you have in your life in the way of animals. There's at least one of them there that's of great significance and importance to you, and maybe more. And they're all there to help you open and connect with the reality of your own person by showing that reality to you in their very own innocence. Doesn't mean you're always going to get along with them. Doesn't mean everything's going to come up roses, but it will eventually, because you allow this to be this way now, and you allow yourself to live this way now. So that's what we're up to, babies. That's how we do this. Just allow the love. Just allow the life to flow through you. Allow yourself to see the higher perspectives in all of your experience. And you've set yourself free. And animals are here to help you. So is the entirety of this life around you. There's a circle around you, maybe 20 feet, maybe 30 feet. All the life in that circle is working to move you forward into your ascendancy. All of it. The submicroscopic, the subatomic, all of it is there with you. Doesn't matter if it's animate animal, a person, a statue, a table, a chair. It's dust, dirt. It's all there working for you. The amoebas, their energy is contributing to your flow. And by the same means, your flow is contributing to the flow of others. So that everybody keeps flowing in this good direction, no matter what the perception is in this little soap opera in which we live. And that's basically what it boils down to now. The remainder of our agonizing experience here in this matrix reality is just a soap opera. The entire universe is laughing as they're watching the events here. And they're pleased as punch, too. Part of the reason why your heart is opening so greatly these days is because their heart's opening too. And it's because of your influence. It's a great big old circle. It goes round and round, and we influence each other, and we influence each other, and it expands as we influence, as we share the awakening energies. Baby, stay the path, stay the course, right here, inside of yourself. Give yourself all the time that you need. And don't be surprised if the energy changes you, because it's going to change everything. There will be nothing left of what you've known of as a normal life. Not one speck of it. And that's beautiful. Because that normal life wasn't normal at all. It's not even natural to us, which should be obvious. Look around you. All these other animals fit into nature quite well. Why doesn't the human animal? Why does it need to create shelter? Why does it need to create food, agriculture, industry? Why don't we live in complete harmony? Or why are we so misperceived inside of ourselves that we don't seem to live in harmony? Yet we do. Of course, there's other reasons for all this, but that's the indication by which you know you're not into. But it's also the indication which brings you into. Because when you recognize you're not, then you move in that direction quite automatically. That's how it works in the world of love. Ain't that strange? Just you wait. A lot more coming, babies. Hang on. Don't get all carried away with this crap about disclosure. It's coming along naturally. It won't be from the government, because they're liars. And they've been lied to. And they've been misled. They don't even know they got a tiger by the tail. They're sillier than all get out. So don't pay too much attention to anything that comes from them or anybody that affiliates or tries to validate the governmental ways. They're not. All of that support is being withdrawn from them. The whole universe is turning on them in that way. They won't turn on with you anymore, guys. You're done. You're history. The door is closed because your heart is open. And you can't practice that dark way anymore. No matter how much you try, no matter how much you want to, or seem to want to. It's over with, babies. Let it go. Be okay with your humanity, and you'll find the divine in yourself. Really simple. Really simple. So don't let all the talk of disclosure blow you away. It's natural. As we rise up in consciousness, we naturally see what's here. And babies, I'm telling you, the ET presences that we've been presented with in secret, most of the worlds they talk about, etc., are fabrications. Even though we've flown starships there and seen them and experienced them. Fabrications. There were reasons. These people were misled in order to go and gather energies and bring them back to Earth that were necessary for our ascendant transformation. So in that way they're heroes too, because that's quite a hazardous deal no matter how you look at it. But nowadays, the entire universe changes as the human race changes. Our perceptions of it, all the races there, all the divisions there, all the dimensions there, disappear. They're fabricated. They're there so that we could see it in this way, so that we could train ourselves down into the dirt and train ourselves back up out of it. You know, it gave us, they're like steps on a stepladder, but that doesn't mean they're dimensions. They're not really. They're attitudes, they're perspectives, they're ways of seeing things. As you go through one, you move into the other, and you go through that. You move it just like climbing stairs on a ladder, and then you get to the top. And you see it all. And you stand there amazed. Because finally, you're re-engaged with Mother Earth, Father Sky, the great suns. Everything. All coming together there inside of you. Because you were able to see through fabrications and admit them to yourself as they revealed themselves to you. You were able to see the higher side of things, that your heart was in everything that's ever been done with you, to you, from you, for you, that you ever created. That every moment you've lived has been in service to a loving heart inside of yourself. And a universe beyond that needed the experience you were going through, and therefore lived it with you. And that's why you're still alive today. Carried you through it. Angelics, ancestrals, all kinds of ETs and star beings and presences, powers, energies. These all affiliate with you and help you on your way in the much larger sense. Each person here on Earth, each human being, is greatly affiliated with others all across the universe, energies and powers and spirits and beings and so forth. So much so that we're family with all of the universe. You're going to start to remember that now too. So this is a time of remembrance. The waning moon brings forth the remembrance of the historical past, the one that we've been lied to so much about. It's been completely fabricated for the most part. Now, the true divine nature of this history is revealing itself through you already, and this will continue until you reach this point where you know it. You live it. Nobody has to show it to you in a book. You can show it to them in the timeline of life. You can take them right there. You can journey there spiritually in your essential heart. You can go anywhere in time and experience anything. You can see the truth about everything. But truth means seeing the levels of it too, so that the levels dissolve away, so there's no division. So all experience is fluid in emotion, the heart in motion, no matter how it appeared in this little soap opera in which we live. Babies, I love you. I hope you don't change channels. And if you do, I hope it's to one that's even better for you than this one is. Guys, you rock. The love of your heart is coming forward. And I know you're going to panic some. So what? Be there. Be prepared. Be the love that you are. Let it be what you are. And everything, oh babies, it's going to work out just right. Tune into the Coyote Medicine Show tonight on the Hazy Radio Network. There'll be a link on the end of the video or in the description or both. I'm a little retarded. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. Just remember, we're all in this together. And because of that, when I say I love you, I love everybody. And it all glues us together. When you say I love you, same effect. Glues us all together. Brings back, disassembles the fabricated separation and allows you to see the truth of our divine interconnectedness. You rock, babies. Let's party. See you tonight on the Coyote Medicine Show.